Tommy, thank you very much for joining us today in London.
Well, thank you, George. It's a beautiful day as always.
It is. I want to talk a little bit more about you, Tommy. Tell me about your travel industry journey. What inspired you to get into the industry?
Well, I've always loved travel, personal, and have always wanted to visit as many places in the world as possible. And the way I started, I worked for a telecommunications company from Austin, Texas, where I live. And they sent me to Mexico for a 2-week job that ended up being quite a few years. We worked with hotels and their telephone systems. And through that, I got to know the tourism industry and a lot of people from tourism, especially Texas. Texas had a tourism office in Mexico City, and it was very near my house, and I had friends that worked there. And that's how I roundabout got into the tourism industry.
Brilliant, and love it, and been in there ever since.
I have been, yes, definitely.
Yeah, excellent. Why is it the best industry to work in, Tommy?
It's the best because we are offering people holidays and vacations and time that is fun. It's something that they can invest in that will enrich their lives. And it's not something that they have to pay for, like insurance that everybody needs, but nobody wants to pay for. Holidays, vacations are something that people enjoy, and it just brings smiles to people's faces.
Yeah, no, I agree totally. What makes it such a strong community?
Well, we all are passionate about travel. We're all passionate about our destinations. We love to talk about it. I think it's a very passionate group of people, just trying to show people, you know, how wonderful their destinations are.
I've been really fortunate to have known you for a while. We've been in so many different countries with IPWs and in London now. What's been your most memorable experience with travel in general?
I've had many travel experiences personal that have been just spectacular. But for work, I would say I was traveling to New Zealand, and Brand USA had an event in New Zealand, and Air New Zealand told me the night before that they were going to give away two tickets to the lucky winner to Houston the next day. And it's like, what can you do? I was in New Zealand. It was a Sunday night. I got on the phone with my Texas partners and sent some emails. The next day, I had a 2-week package set with a rodeo and with 6 cities and destinations and packages and hotels. And they were amazed that I could pull that together so quickly. But this kind of shows you what the partners in Texas are. They are just so wonderful to work with.
And you're making me jealous just even talking about Texas, because as you know, I've been there. I've love it. All parts of Texas as well.
Well, we enjoyed you there very much, you and your family. And I will say that winner in New Zealand, she worked for Flight Center in the airport in Auckland, New Zealand, and fell in love with Texas and has sent probably 300 people after that.
Who's your biggest mentor?
That would have to be Brad Smith. He was the director of tourism for Texas for many years. He retired recently at the end of August, but he was my biggest mentor. He took me under his wing, as did Julie Chase, who is the director, vice president of marketing for Visit Austin now, but used to be the director for Travel Texas. And they have given me many pieces of advice, and they have just been taking me under their wings and have just really helped me grow in the business.
And on the advice that either of them have given you, have you found yourself actually sharing that advice and delivering it to your teams now?
One of the advice was, retire when you can, plan it, and have fun until then.
Well, I'm obviously familiar with Texas. I want everyone to be familiar with Texas as well. So if you can just share with me, what's new? What's new in Texas at the moment?
There's all kinds of things. We just had the Formula One races last weekend with a stellar turnout, and I'm hearing a lot about it here in London. There's a few race car drivers that are neck and neck. We had the Netherlands here as well, and the Brits, and so there's Max and Hamilton, and there's such fierce competition there. Yeah. It's been kind of fun just to see the friendly competition between them. But also, we had William Shatner go into space a couple weeks ago from Texas, and they announced that they're going to build a 10-person hotel in space called the Orbital Reef. and it should be functioning by the end of 2030, and it will be taking off from Texas, and room for 10 people with 3 permanent astronauts on board. And in South Texas, we have SpaceX, which will be another spaceport. Of course, we have NASA, Mission Control. So Texas has always been the frontier, but we're now the final frontier, the new frontier, and the frontier for music, for food, everything you can imagine.
Well, you're just making me jealous now. I might join you on your flight and head back with you.
Oh, that would be wonderful. You are always welcome in Texas.
Oh, brilliant. Tommy, thank you so much for your time. It's really great seeing you again.
Thank you so much, George.
Okay, and yeah, I'll see you soon.
All right, cheers.
Take
Thank
care.
you.